Okay, tonight's going to be a little bit random, but I am a random person. There's sequential people and there's random people, and I'm definitely a random. So here it goes. First of all, we're going to get the doggy thing out of the way first. I want to tell you a little story. My daughter, when there's a couple of outfits that I have gotten for the Chihuahuas, and more for practical reasons rather than foo-foo shishi. One being that they are short-haired dogs, so they do shed. So if I know I'm going to have to be picking them up a lot of times I'll put something on them so that basically the hair doesn't get stuck onto my clothes so badly. And also, as you know, Chihuahuas are kind of known for shaking, shivering looking. So if we do kind of have a cold snap here, which I know you guys back east are thinking, California, do you ever really have a cold snap? I know we really don't, but we're thin-blooded here, and so are dogs. So this is like this. This is the stuff like I'll get for Taco and Bell. Like sometimes they'll need a little fleece. See, so I'll get them put a little fleece on them. And it's mainly just so that they stay a little bit warmer. And then I do have a couple little shirts that in case. Like I said, if I got to pick them up more often and I don't want to have that dog hair, or if I have people coming over and they want to pick them up, it kind of keeps down the dog hair shedding a bit for them. Okay, so that's the story, right? But every time my daughter sees me doing this, she's like, seriously? Clothes on the dogs? Really? Really, Mom? So this is the thing. I get home last Saturday night to this. Isn't it cute? It's really cute. And see the little bow on the back? It's kind of Valentine's-like. That's why I thought I'd tell you this story. So this is Joy in all her glory in her little tutu. Do you see its little sparkly tutu type stuff going on there? And my daughter, she bought this. She got actually at Old Navy, super cheap. Like I guess she said it was like only $1.50 because it had been a costume, a Halloween costume. And since the hat was missing, which let's face it, dogs don't like to wear hats, so really it was no big deal that the hat was gone. So she got this and she put it on her right away. So I come home to this little dressed up dog, which is totally cute, but I just thought it was pretty funny how my daughter was being a little hypocritical because she's made so much fun of me about putting a couple little shirts on the Chihuahuas, and then she's got Joy, our pom-pom, totally decked out in all her sparkling glory and satin. So, okay, so that's the doggy story for tonight. I warned you it was going to be random. My other thing is that I wanted to make a mention about food additives because I don't think I've noticed this in other vlogs, and I have done a lot of different food plans, unfortunately, in my lifetime. One of them being the zone slash low glycemic index study, and I actually got to speak with Louise Gittleman personally at one point. This was years ago though, and one thing that she stresses very heavily, and I really don't notice anybody else really stressing this, but I noticed when I was on the low glycemic, and really from here on out, if I am being conscious about looking at labels, this has kind of saved me many a time when I really have cared. There are a lot of food additives out there that basically just so the maker can put the listing as low calorie or low fat, whatever they want to do to be able to make it look like it's going to be good for you in your diet. They have an additive in it that basically when it gets into your system, it actually gets your body to want to latch onto more fat. And they can get away with this because as long as it still shows the labeling as whatever the fat, whether the calorie or whatever the lower fat content is, but this ingredient actually makes food, I think, probably taste more yummy, more fat-like, but it's not. But this chemical, this additive, does completely the opposite for your system. So it actually is almost like a magnet for fat to your system. And it's called maltodextrin. And I thought of it last night because actually I was grocery shopping. And even though I haven't indulged in Crystal Light in this program, I had a coupon, so I was buying some for my family. And I was really surprised. I was actually looking at it thinking, well, in case I wanted to, drink it on this program. I want to make sure it was kind of compliable to me also. And I was blown away that even in the Crystal Light, maltodextrin was almost one of the very first ingredients. So it kind of like was another light bulb over my head. Even though I knew this, it had been kind of put on the back shelf of my brain. And I just thought, any of you guys that really do care, I mean, if you don't care and you've been eating stuff that has it in there and you just have not noticed a difference, more power to you, honestly. But I just know that it made a difference for my system for sure. And when I am very conscious about what I should be putting in my body, and I make sure that is an ingredient in food that I stay away from, it always does a lot better for me. So there's that. I'll put that away now. But I stuck that out there. My other thing is that I did that apple day, and I lost what little I gained a bit. So I did the apple day, and it brought me back down to what I was originally prior to the apple day, or prior to the little gain that I had, which was great. But again, today I was the same. And all day I've been basically just beating myself up in the head about what the scale said. So I am really consciously thinking that I'm going to go ahead and kind of put the scale aside. Because, and I'm sorry I harp on this past experience, but it was a journey, this other thing was a journey for me as well. When I did that long fast, I made that choice not just because of weight loss. There were a lot of other factors. I wanted to really improve my health. There was things going on with my system that needed to be basically cleansed out, and so I did the fast. And because it was also for me, spiritual reasons as well. When people would ask me how much I had lost, I did not go on the scale the whole time I was on it. I knew there was a difference happening because of my clothes. I had different pants that I basically would just try on each week to see how much different they fit on me, whether it was like from starting from not fitting at all to now fitting, and then getting loose. But I was happy. I was happy during that time. And I just knew I was going to I made that commitment to do those amount of days on that fast. And I'm in that same boat with this HCG journey. I already have a commitment that I'm doing the 43-day plan. It's not going to stop. I'm not going to change it. My commitment is still the same. So I'm thinking, I know I'm eating really clean. If anything, I may not be eating enough. And, I'm trying to work on correcting that. But that's the thing. When the scale pulls a mind game on me of not, either up or not down enough or whatever it is that's tweaking me, it also tweaks what I think about when it comes to eating. Not to cheat. I have not cheated one iota. I haven't even edged into any of the foods that work okay for other people. I haven't even wanted to dive into there, like the mac nuts, never touched. Coconut oil, never touched. None of that. But the thing is that I'm really, really tired of me getting on that scale in the morning, making or breaking the rest of my day. So I kind of came up to this epiphany today that, maybe I should really just set the scale aside for the rest of the duration and just go with what I know. And what I know is to do protocol, take my HCG, and when I'm done, and I can still do my measurements and I can still see what's going on with my clothes. And if people ask me how much have I lost, I'm going to have to say the same thing as I said before. I have no idea, but I know that stuff's starting to fit, or whatever it is that's the positive. I'd rather just go with that. Now, the thing is too, I know these vlogs help me a lot. I know that when you guys comment on what I've vlogged about, it helps me a lot. If me doing something helps you, I'm overly ecstatic. It means a lot to me. So I don't want to go through comment withdrawal, if that makes any sense. So I do plan on still vlogging. I just hope none of you, just get like, oh, she's not going to tell us what she released, then forget it. I promise I will have other things that I hope will help in your journey and in mine. I better wrap this up because I don't want to go past 10 minutes and I don't want to have to re-say all this stuff. So just bear with me. I know this is my journey. You have your journey. You're going to do great on your journey. And let's just all stick together and stay supportive, okay? Thank you guys. Love you.